Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Last time we left off, we went through Chapter 11 in its entirety, in one video actually, and well, it turns out it isn't really Justice Minister's daughter that was kidnapped. It turns out it was Camilla, and we heard her past, her story, regarding what really happened that fateful night of why Detective Yord is even in prison, and apparently she wanted to surprise her mother with, a birthday gift, and it turns out that contraction actually killed her. So it was just a huge accident. So, yeah, that's sad. And now the kidnappers left with Camilla, and we don't know what to do. So, let us see what we can actually do here. I mean, I don't know. This is just all terrible. That lady pretty much threatened us that if she sends us again, then Camilla's gone. It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Yord's daughter, Camilla, not the minister's daughter. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fiery detective lady. I told Lynn what I had found out about the kidnapping, and that it wasn't just the minister's daughter who had been abducted. The kidnappers had been holed up in Camilla's old house, and that they sensed my presence and were already gone. But Camilla! Why do they have Camilla? Her father isn't a stupid old Justice Minister! I think the stupid old part is just a little uncalled for. It looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. The poor girl, kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much! It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. And then there are those other twists as well. Are the kidnappers winding up and using Camilla's old house as their hideout? There's no way it could be just coincidence. And then them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. I told you before, Detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about distance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister, it wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. Ah! How can I believe in you? I'm a realist. Please, if you don't believe what we say to him, see for yourself. Just call home and... I tried calling 100 times. My wife won't answer. She won't? It's complicated. Oh, why does life have to be such a complicated thing? If she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? It doesn't prove it. And I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, if the execution is carried out tonight, then the hostage will be killed. What difference does it make if it's not my daughter? Oh, yeah. Woo-wee! That's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Is that what I think it is? Who else speaks like that, honestly? Miss me, baby? Inspector Cabanella! Look at him strut his stuff like he's all that. Okay, this man just never shuts off, does he? I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. Does he now? The escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might as well see him, so here he is. You brought him here? Yeah, sure enough. There he is. And there's the guard. Detective? Detective Yord, I'm so sorry. I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry. Lynn, please, don't apologize to me. Ah, the beautiful love between teacher and student. It brings a tear to my eye. Oh, there's a couple of speech bubbles here. Lynn doesn't really know that Yord is innocent. She just believes it from the bottom of her heart. The execution and the kidnapping are real threats, and time marches on. I'll gather information and see if I can think of something. This all relates back to me somehow. I just know it. Oops, I was going to see what the hell happened to my controls. There we go. Well, let's see what's going on here. You knew, didn't you, Inspector Cabanela? The execution was tonight. I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective York could never have done such a thing. Oh, come on now, baby. I know no such thing. Huh? I know two things to be true, and two things only. One, he was given a death penalty. And two, he tried to escape. What else can I do but haul him in, baby? If that's the case, then why'd you bring him here? Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from prison, right? So why don't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons? He's not denying it. So were all those rumors true about you true? The only thing you care about is a spotless record? Is that more important to you than saving a friend? Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You'll understand that someday, baby. That's enough, Flynn. But, Detective... I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But... This is just terrible. What can I do here? Can I talk to Lynn? Why the hell not? According to what I heard, Amelie was supposed to go to some sort of lesson tonight. Those horrible kidnappers, they were lying in wait for her. But Amelie didn't go out after all. She couldn't. She had a fever. Huh, so the kidnappers grabbed Camilla by mistake instead? Apparently. Amelie and Camilla are about the same age. The kidnappers must have gotten the two of them mixed up. It's my fault. If I hadn't asked Camilla to do that errand for me, this never would have happened. Oh, right. You asked her to bring the music box. Camilla... I hope she's okay. But does the detective know about all this? So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something happened. Something about a kidnapping? Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? The carrying out of your execution. Tonight. Oh, I had no idea I was so hated. But the Minister doesn't have to worry. I died and it's all over. Very simple. It's not that simple! Why not? Because it isn't really the Minister's daughter who got kidnapped. It's Camilla! What? Camilla? I checked it out for myself. I'm positive. No! It can't be! And by the way, Camilla never told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camilla herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him! I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Elma. And when I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Camilla won't have to suffer anymore after tonight. For a capable detective, you say some incredibly misguided things. You dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It'll just bring her new suffering. The only person's pain this execution is going to ease is yours. Is it true? What Camilla said? Why don't you tell us what you know? Please? To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's, Alma's, birthday. I came home from work and she went in first. And the gunshot rang out. And that's such a sad scene. Comes in and finds that. I looked for a shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camilla. Just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. Oh my, that's so horrible! Camilla told me about it. She was crying.
She said a contraption she made did something that wasn't supposed to. Made an impossible move. An impossible move? What the hell does that mean? It's been 5 years since then. I stopped thinking about it. I shot Alma. There's no other explanation. That's what I've convinced everyone of. Even me. But tonight, you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before. The powers of the dead, right? That day in that room, powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all. There are a couple of other people who know about these powers. Yeah, including that creepy old lady. Yep. Just staring into my soul. The kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about those powers. There's no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's case isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the only one who thought it was. Detective, there's still time before dawn. A little, anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? Yep. What's this impossible movie that he was talking about earlier? Camilla was a quiet little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there are two very strange points about that contraption. And the first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right. That was an antique gun I've had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be a surprise for her mother's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid? What's so strange about the movement of it? Let me take a look at this here. Yeah, so it rises up. Oh. Yeah, how the hell did it turn around? That is true. It was supposed to shoot its arrow without turning around. And it set off the poppers. Okay. Somebody made a change to the contraption's design and then manipulated it. I don't know what to say. I don't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. Adjustment? What do you mean by that? What kind of adjustment? The gun, of course. The gun, eh? Come to think of it. Yeah, that wasn't there anymore. There was no gun there, just a picture hanging on the wall. Of course not, because I secretly switched the gun out of that frame with the picture. I didn't believe what she told me about her contraption, but one thing was for certain, that gun was still smoking. So that gun really did shoot Alma. I hid the gun before I went to the police. You hid it? I put it in a wooden box and gave it to a certain detective. What? You mean... And the detective still thinks it's a music box. So that's what's in the box, huh? I got a different murder weapon ready to give it to the police. My own pistol. And I did a few other things to make it look good. I won't go into the details. When I was all done, I turned myself in. Wow. Okay, so we got that backstory going on. Detective, is what you told us just not true? Yes, of course. In that case, there's still time. Still time? The time to solve the case that started 5 years ago. You didn't do it, Detective, and of course little Camilla didn't do it either. So the true perpetrator is still out there. I'm gonna prove it. For Camilla's sake. That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Detective. Lynn, where's that music box now? In Thameslick Park. Camilla left it there. That gun's important evidence. You better go pick it up. Yes, sir. I'll go right now. Cecile, take care of Detective Yord. I love how she kind of looks at us, like at the screen, and do something about the kidnapping so we can get the minister on our side. And yet again, I say, easy enough for you to say. Goodbye, Lynn. Don't die. Well, let's see. What does that say here? What's going on? Deal me the deal, Mr. Death Row inmate. No change of plans. My daughter has been kidnapped. I just can't go off to die without doing something. But you're in our custody, don't forget. Back at the prison, everybody's waiting for you, with a special seat just for you, baby. Then I guess we better prove my innocence on the double. On the double, is it? You sound so determined, my old friend. I want to save Camilla, more ways than one. And that's all there is to it. I see, my old friend, in more ways than one. What say you, Mr. Minister? May we have your decision? Should execution be carried out tonight as planned? Or should we hold off and wait for the important evidence to come in? The order still stands. Bring the prisoner back immediately and resume its enforcement. Well, that sucks. As you wish, Your Excellency. Please, don't bow down to me. Especially not that low. Okay. In that case, can I have one of your boys arrange a prison van and pick us up? Would you be so kind? Yes, sir! What the hell is that pose he did there? Does he carry a chair with him? Yeah, I guess he does carry a chair with him all the time. Okay, that's normal. The van should take about 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Your escape tonight was brilliant. Will you show me another miracle of these last few minutes of yours, Mr. Death Row inmate? Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm glad to see Detective Yor is all fired up now, but I feel like I'm under the gun here. Even if Lynn does come through the proof of Yor's innocence, it will be meaningless if Yor or Camilla dies. I've got to do something about that kidnapping, and now. Somehow, actually. They say now or somehow. Maybe I should ask for some advice from the capable detective here. Possibly. Let's get some advice. Most likely, the minister won't stop the execution. Not as long as there's any small chance his daughter is the one who was kidnapped. But she isn't the one! I'm sure of it! Well, it would be great if we could prove that to the minister. Prove it? How? I doubt his wife is going to answer the phone if we call from here. If we call from here, right. But a telephone works in both directions. What are you saying? What I'm saying is only family members can solve family murder. Family problem, whatever. Hey, Mr. Ghost. Yes? I have to admit it, I don't like depending on others, but you're the only one who can change the situation. Gee, Detective. For these past 5 years, Camilla is the only thing that kept me going. I can't go meekly to the chair now. I hate to ask this, but would you mind saving me? I'll try. The key to getting Justice Minister to stop the execution is his wife and daughter, but is there a way? I think there is. Why don't we pay them a visit? Because I think we already know, actually. Let's see if we can scare him again. Excuse me, Mr. Minister? I can't hear you! La 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 la! I'm sure he heard everything we've been saying. Are you telling me you don't believe any of it? Let me speak plainly. I just don't trust you. But there's somebody else whom I trust even less. Oh yeah? And who's that? Me! I can't explain your existence, and it's not normal, but I'm pretty abnormal myself. So maybe you're a figment of my imagination, a delusion. Would you listen to a delusion? To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I got the bit about you not trusting me, though. Good! Alright, he's not gonna help us, but we have the number to his wife's residence, right? And I believe it is, yep, Lady Red's apartment. So let's actually go there and see what we can do. I mean, there must be something, right? Just as I thought. This little girl is safe in her bed. Oh, I forgot she was sick. Murder, execution, jailbreak, betrayal, and now kidnapping. This last link in a long chain of sad fate lit a fire in Yor's heart, and a chance to turn it all around is right here in this room. I'm getting a strange premonition. Everything that happened so far tonight
has related back to me in some way. And I bet this mistaken written abduction does too. Alrighty. So, there goes another chapter. I actually got two chapters done in 2 videos. I'm happy about that. Especially this chapter, if you kind of noticed it didn't have anything really to do besides asking questions. And I think that's like the only chapter where it's going to be like that. The rest are still going to involve, you know, manipulating objects, doing our ghost tricks, puzzles, and all that, you know. So this becomes like a, well, have like a little break. At least that's what I assumed it was anyway. So yeah, I guess next time we're going to be seeing if we can actually give them to call the Justice Minister to confirm that his daughter is in fact safe. And if he does know that, then just maybe he'll stop the execution for a little while, and we can save both the detective and Camilla. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. I'll see you guys later.